Homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Tupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Padma Kumara. Sumo. Danchen Katso Tuten City. All Dhamma Masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. How do you do?
I still. Sarange. Hola amigo. Que quiero mucho. Sukoin. Ichiban. Kimochi. Jumi. Yapi. Puri. Konnichiwa.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to announce for next Sunday, January 16th, at 3 p.m., there will be Green Tara Homa fire offering ceremony. Green Tara is the leader of the 21 Taras. The head of the 21 Taras. That's her mantra. And her mudra is the Tara mudra. And Green Tara is when Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva was in India, he was referred as Tara Bodhisattva. So Green Tara and White Tara and also Tara Bodhisattva are all Avalokitesvara. And Green Tara is to help Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva to deliver sentient beings. And she has 3 major vows. So this deity, Green Tara, there is a religious sect who all male practitioners would practice Guru Padmasambhava as their yidams, and the female practitioners would practice Green Tara as their yidam. They only have 2 yidams. For the male, they all practice Guru Padmasambhava, and for the female practitioners, they all practice Green Tara. They have no other yidams. As I remember when I met His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, I asked him, Dharma King, may I ask how you cultivate spiritually? And he replied, in the daytime he'd practice Tara, and at night he'd practice the protector. In the daytime he practiced Green Tara, and at night he practiced Mahakala, the protector. That's how Karmapa cultivated. So Guru Padmasambhava stated that practicing Tara, you will gain the spiritual response very quickly. And according to the legend, as Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva delivered sentient beings, he saw the suffering of sentient beings and dropped two teardrops. And one teardrop became green Tara, the other one became white Tara. So green Tara has extremely close affinity with sentient beings. Whether you want to register as primary supplicants or not, it's none of my business. It's your business. It's all of your business. The end of the introduction. You have to pay attention to this joke in order to understand it. Today I went to see my boyfriend, and his mom did not let us meet each other, and she even locked him up. And I begged to no use at all. And the mom said, all I have is this dear son. And I said, but Auntie, don't worry. If you let us together, then you would have two sons. If you let us together, then you will have two sons. Just now I went to the temple to draw a fortune, and it said really bad, so I throw it out, and then I get another one, and it turned out to be greatly auspicious. So now I understand that your fate is in your own hands.
告诉大家啊
，Let me tell you.
2021年
2021.
这个最大的成功。
The biggest success in 2021 is to maintain the normal temperature.
那这是最大的成功。
That's the greatest success.
这是一个问答题。
This is question and answer.
为什么有些人
Why, when some people fart, it's so loud?
答案是
And the
因为
answer,
他穿了喇叭裤。
because he's wearing a trumpet pants, or pants that look like a trumpet.
有一个笑话，以前连汉讲。
There's a joke that was shared by Lian Han before.
也是有关于放屁。
It's related to farts
很
too.
奇怪。
So
年
strange.
轻的时候跟女朋友约会，
When you were young and dating with your girlfriends, to the movies or to the park
去看
or
电影，
rowing the
或者
boats
是去散步，
or taking a stroll.
奇怪，
So strange.
女生她也没有放屁，男生也没有
The
放屁。
girls did not fart, the boys
为
also
什么
did
结
not
了
fart.
婚以后，
But as soon as you get married,
男生也放屁，女
the
生也放屁？
man farts and the woman farts
到
too.
底在哪里？连汉讲，这到底。
So, what happens?
结婚以前，
Before marriage,
男女情侣出去
a pair of
都没有
lovers
放过屁，
dating, they
我也
don't
是这么
fart.
感觉。
That's how I feel too.
但是不结婚以后呢，
But after marriage,
大家就不用客气了。
then you don't have to be shy anymore.
因为不用再隐瞒什么了。
You don't have to hide.
可见婚前婚后
Don't have
是
to
不
be
一
so
样的。
polite.
结婚前跟结婚后是
That's why before and after marriage are two different things.
那现在呢，进入你问我答。
Now we'll do the question and answer. You ask and I answer.
马来西亚莲花家辉
From Lianhua Jiahui, Malaysia.
师佛佛安，
Guru
弟
Buddha.
子想请示师佛亲
The
诵
first
教
question.
导，监牢地神
Please
结界
help.
护身咒，
Please advise on the chanting of the
诵
Prithvi
咒
Deva
一遍，把五
for
色
the
线打
protection
上一节，共
mantra.
诵
You
21
recite it
打
once
21节。
and then you use the 5-color thread to make a knot and you recite 21 times to make 21 knots.
第二，请师佛示范
In
教导
chanting the
结
，protection mantra of Prithvi.
劝请地神
And
印
second, please form the mudra for us.
结劝请地神印。
The invocation of the earth god
还
mudra.
有一点，请问师佛，监牢地神有短咒，
And does the Prithvi Deva has a short mantra?
感
Could you
恩
please
师
teach
佛
us?
慈
Thank you.
悲教导弟子。监牢地神的金刚咒，
The Vajra mantra of Prithvi
弹
Deva.
吉他，叽哩叽哩，嘟噜嘟噜，咕噜咕噜，记住记住，嘟住嘟住。 波呵波呵，华夏华夏，梭哈。
That's the
就
mantra.
是监牢地神的金刚咒。
That's the Prithivadeva
那么
Vajra mantra.
有谁念监牢地神结界的护身咒？
Anybody is chanting the
在座的有人
protection mantra of Prithivadeva?
念
Anyone?
过的举手可以。
Please raise your
可以念一
hand
遍
if you know how to chant it.
监牢地神结界护身咒，有没有人念过？
Anybody has chanted it?
啊，是示范念这个咒。
So you can chant it for us.
没有人念过这个咒诶。
Nobody.
我跟马来西亚的莲花教会讲。
So I'm telling Lianhua Jia Hui from Malaysia. Nobody ever chanted it.
这么多人连一个念都没有。
Not even one that has
监牢地
chanted
神
it.
金刚咒你们都念过嘛，对不对？
But you all have chanted the
很多人都念
Vajra
了。
mantra of Prithivadeva.
基利住住居住居住居住嘟住嘟住，波吼波吼，华夏华夏，梭哈。这很好念，但是护身咒不是很好念。单吉他，他自己。
But the protection mantra,
摩羯接之，那之居之，波地波地利，地比地子，比子，居子，居，切波之力，所哈。我再念一遍。
let me chant it one more time.
阿之力，摩夏接力，那里，居力，波地，波地利，地质，比质，居居子，切波，之力，所哈。这是监牢地神的
That's Prithvideva's
护身咒。
protection
监
mantra.
牢地神的护身咒。第二遍比较标准，第二遍比较。
The second time was more accurate. And you chant once, and then you make a knot with the 5-color thread. And you chant it for a total of 21 times and 21 knots.
在地上，在你身体围起来。
And then you can place it around your body, that's to protect the body. Or you visualize it around the house, that would be protection for the house.
家里的结界，这是监牢地神结界护身咒。
So that's the Prithvideva
那么
protection
劝
mantra.
请地神印是这样子的，要
And
三姑
the invocation
三姑
mudra,
的那个金刚杵，
the 3-prong Vajra scepter. This is the 5-prong
按
Vajra
照这
scepter.
个经典所说的密教的经典所说，
According to the Tantric Sutras,
单孤的你们看过没有？单孤
the
的
single scepter, single prong scepter. Have you seen it?
这个单孤的金刚杵就叫做金刚针。
It's the single prong Vajra scepter is called the Vajra needle, and the 3-prong is called the Vajra mouth, and the 5-prong Vajra scepter is called the Vajra teeth, or tooth, or teeth. This is not 5, it's 9-prong
什么？
Vajra
就
scepter.
不知道金刚怎么了？
Then I don't know what it is.
金刚九吧。
Vajra 9.
说单孤的
The single
单孤的
prong
就是金刚针，
is Vajra
三孤
needle.
的就是金刚嘴，
The three prong is Vajra mouth.
牙齿的
And the five prong is a Vajra
金刚牙
teeth.
那么我们因为这里没有这个三孤的，
We don't have a three prong Vajra scepter here,
我是有单孤
but
的
I have
三孤
it.
的
I have
九孤的九孤
my own. The single, 3, 5, 9 prongs. I have them all.
这样子拿。
And this is how you hold it.
嵌紧金刚印，三孤的也是这样子拿，也是这样子。
With the three prong scepter, but you hold it this way.
然后呢，右手大拇指七柱掌心，
And then the right hand with the thumb in the middle of the palm.
那这样子拿呢，要放在哪里？
And you hold it like this and place it.
放在自己的这个腰际也可以，一般来讲是腰际，再放在腰际。
At your wrist.
这是手是这样子。
And the other hand
然
is
后
like
你
this.
念
And then
颠
you
倒地
chant
神
the Prithvi
颠倒
Deva
地神金刚咒，
Vajra mantra.
啊，他就会降临。
Then he
你
would
结他的嵌
appear.
地神印，
So you form
地
this
神咒，
earnest invocation
结
mudra
这个
and
嵌
recite
地神
the mantra.
啊，结这个印。
So you form this mudra of earnest invocation of the earth god and then recite the mantra. Then he would descend and
它
appear.
就会这样。那么他问的，请问师佛，监牢地神有短咒吗？请师佛指
Is there a short
传授
mantra for Deva
我告诉
Prithvi?
你，监牢地神的名字
Let me tell you the name of the Prithvi
是
Deva.
这样子哦。你念这个，你结这个印的时候，要
When
念
you form this
咒
mudra, you
语
should
的所哈，要
recite
三声所哈，要念三声。
Soha 3 times.
所哈，念完他的咒以后，念所哈所哈所哈。
After chanting his mantra, you want to chant Soha, Soha, Soha heavily 3 times. You have to use the three prong Vajra scepter as on the screen now. It is written that you need the three prong Vajra scepter, which symbolizes the Vajra mouth. And you have to chant Soha, Soha, Soha loudly. Oh, with power. Is there a short mantra for Prithvi Deva?
我告诉你哦，监牢地神啊，我还不知道他的短咒。
I don't know.
他的名字叫做知力，
His name is Zili.
就是他的名字知力。
That's his name, Zili.
那他的附身咒有阿知力，阿知力，
And the protection mantra, Azili.
阿知力，阿知力是他的名
Azili.
字。
That's his name.
他的名字阿知力，我只能够讲说，他的名字就叫阿知力。
I can only say that his name is Zili or Azili.
哈利呀，
It's like when we chant the
哈
Manohara,
利是哈子耶，哈子耶，哈
Hare,
子耶，哈子耶，哈子耶，
Hazya.
就是他的那个勾财天女的名字，勾财天女的名字。
the name of the wealth-attracting goddess of Manohara, Hajia, and the name of Dragon King. The other day at the Siat Temple, I went to the Dragon Pavilion and I just call on his name and just make it rain. And sure enough, it rained heavily in both northern and southern California. And it was also reported on the CNN. There was no signs of rain, and all of a sudden, it rained for those few days. There was some atmospheric condition that made it rain. It was reported in the CNN in California. So the 4 small girls had great merits. They prayed to the Dragon King twice to alleviate the drought in California. So he asked, is there a short mantra? All I could tell you is his name. Zili. Or Zili. That's his name. Does Prithvi Deva have a wife? His wife is the Earth Mother Goddess. And the Earth Mother Goddess was mentioned in the Buddhist Sutras. Let me share a joke. I went to the night market to buy some brace, and my friend wanted to treat me, but he took so long to get his money to pay. So I say, well, let me pay then. Oh, are you sure? And I said, no problem. And then I just put my hand inside his pockets. Some people have old age, like Grandmaster. So we should cherish the time we have living in this human world. All of us should. Because look at this joke. It's not a joke. It's a fact. A dialogue they had on the park. One of the elderly said, I'm 84 now, and I have pain all over the body. And the other elderly said, I am 85 and I feel like a newborn baby. And the 84-year-old man asked, really? You're like a baby? That's right. And he said, yeah. No more teeth. No teeth. No hair. And I wet my pants. That's how babies are. So don't laugh. When you're old, you would succeed if you don't pee in your pants. Above 85 and you don't wet your pants, that's a success. Grandmaster does a few exercises every night. Every night I do yoga before bedtime. My basic homework. And it is good. In Gregorian calendar or Taiwanese, after the Lunar New Year, I would be 78 years old according to Taiwanese calendar. And I do yoga and I found it pretty good. Although Grandmaster has no hair, but the hair is still growing. Every morning I have to shave my head for at least 20 minutes. In the morning I notice it grow and it's rough. So I have to spend 20 minutes to shave it. So it shows that my hair is still growing. And the wheels, the shaver, the three, and most of the fine hair were black and only a few gray hair. So it looks pretty good. Moreover, I am not like those elderlies that I wet my bed at night, or that you cannot hold yourself before you get to the bathroom. How come? Because I think that's the effect of yoga practice. So my bladder becomes very strong. I can share with you what kind of yoga it is to strengthen your bladder, but you have to pay a fee. So Grandmaster is 77. I don't wear any glasses even when I drive at night. And I have taught this to you. And this method, my method, I have practiced it for at least 40 years. I don't have any eyeglasses. In the past, I may feel a little bit of the presbyopic glasses. I went with Hanifa to the eye doctor. Didn't have any issue, but we have an insurance card. We don't have to pay, so we just have my eyes checked. And the doctor told me you have no glaucoma, no cataracts, and your eyes are very good, just like that of young people.
眼睛是可以练的，眼睛有眼睛的运动。
So you can train your eyes, and there is an exercise for the eyes and also for the ears. I have told you before. And the nose also has exercise for it, and also for the teeth. The worst for me is the teeth, because we never knew how to take care of our teeth when we were young. During that age, we only go see a dentist when we have pain, toothache. And we just brush. However, it is, and we never brush our teeth after eating. So I have cavities. I had cavities. And then, before coming to America, they told me that dental fees very expensive in America. And they said that take care of it in Taiwan, and I did. It was bad. The dentistry in Taiwan. My teeth did not have any cavities, but they still put crowns on my teeth. But they didn't do it very well, so there are still germs inside, so that the teeth inside those crowns rotted. So that's a pity. If I knew that, I would have done it in America, that I wouldn't have lost those 3 teeth. I also practice my teeth every day. So my teeth is okay now. But I lost 3 teeth, and such a pity, because it's too bad. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you have a lifetime regret, and when you turn around, you have lost 3 good teeth. When I was 38, I had it done before I came to America. So one time I went there, and the dental clinic was gone. The dentist has retired. I wanted to find him and chat. And ask, your mother good?
Your mother good?
But he's old already and retired. Okay, now let's talk about the Vajra Sutra. Chapter 15, the merits of holding the sutra. No wonder so many people reads the sutra, because upholding the sutra generate merits. 15. The merits of upholding the sutra. Subhuti. Should there be good men and good women who devote their lives as an act of giving, amounting to the grains of sand in the Ganges River, and they do so in the morning, at noon, and again at night, for an infinite number of eons. By comparison, if there is a person, upon hearing the sutra, generates a faith without resistance, his blessings surpass the former. That's how Sakyamuni Buddha is. He loves to use comparisons. Every time he does that, he would use the sands of Ganges River as a metaphor. Because in India there was only one sacred river, and that was the Ganges River. At the time of Sakyamuni Buddha, the goddess of the Ganges River was Saraswati, very famous. So Saraswati was the goddess of the Ganges River. So there's a comparison here. As long as you hear the sutra and you have faith toward the sutra and you don't go against it, the key here is without resistance. So you have heard of the Vajra Sutra, and your faith is not against the meaning of the Vajra Sutra. This is extremely important. Which is that you are faithful to the meaning of the sutra, then of course the merits is extremely tremendous, infinite. So what is in the morning? So in the day, it's at sunrise, and at noon, and at sunset.
那么他这里他这样子讲复以恒河沙等身布施，恒河沙。
So
他的布施像恒河沙一样的布施，而且
the act of giving is like the sands of Ganges River. And for how long? For an infinite number of eons.
真的是百千万亿劫。
So 100,000, 10,000, million, trillion eons. That's very long. You always create merits non-stop, infinitely, like for the whole day. And the giving is as much as the grains of sand of the Ganges River. And always do it all day, every day, for infinite number of eons. And please check how long is one kalpa. Check the cell phone. We often use this term.
讲大声一点。
Please say it loudly, louder.
1600多万年，一个小节是吧？一小节是1600多万年。你看那个
16 million.
它5000万年，5000万年，一小节就是1600多万年。他这里写的
for one kalpa.
万亿
But this is
你做那么久的布施功德，而且一整天的做，
limitless amount, and you keep doing it at morning, noon, and
做那么
night.
多的功德，布施的功德，都
And
输给
such a humongous amount of givings, and
听到这个
still
经典，信心不逆，其福甚
still not as much
胜
as
过那一些人
hearing the sutra and generate the faith without
单单
against it
你
or
读
without
诵这个经
resistance.
典，了解了经义，实施
So
了
just by
无我
reading
相
the
无人
sutra
相
and to
无
understand
众
the
生相
meaning
无
of the
寿者
sutra
相，
and
你
to
按
put
照
into
宗旨
practice the
去做，
non-phenomena of self, others, sentient beings, and lifespan,
就胜
and
过
do
这
so
些
accordingly, it would surpass all those other merits.
这个《金刚经》里面，
So
这一
you
不
don't
逆
go
这两个字很
against
重要。
what is spoken in the Vajrasutra.
不是说我们每天诵一
This
遍，哇，我功德
not
就
going
胜过这
against
个
is very
这个布施
important.
的
It's
百
not that
千万
you're
亿劫，
reciting,
布
oh,
施了百千万亿劫
just
都
by
输给我。
chanting it, you think that
念
you would win
念这个
over
金刚经
those
这
who
样
have
子
been performing acts of givings for
他是讲
countless
文史
number of
经典
eons.
你听到了，
That's
你
not the
相信
case.
了，
But you
你不
hear
逆
and you believe
不违反
and you
金刚
don't
经里面的
go
要义。
against it.
金刚经的要义就是无我相、无人相、无众生相、无寿者相。
So the key meaning of the Vajrasutra is the non-phenomena of self, non-phenomena of others, non-phenomena of sentient beings, and non-phenomena of lifespan. These four non-phenomena or four phenomena. This is the key meaning of the
这
Vajrasutra.
个福德就不得了了。
And the merits and blessings would be
这
incredible.
个百千万亿劫，
It would surpass
所有
the acts of givings for
超过
a countless number of kalpas.
我自己也
And I
知
think
道
so
一定
too.
是超过
I
的
know
因为
that.
没有人能够胜过，
Definitely would surpass it.
没有人能够
Nobody would be able to
胜过无我相、无人相、无众生相、
surpass the non-phenomena of self, non-phenomena of others, non-phenomena of sentient beings, and
你
non-phenomena
如
of
果能够这
lifespan.
样子做，
If
无
you
我相、无人
can
相、无
do
众
it,
生相、无寿者相，
the
你这个能
non-phenomena
够
of self,
抓住
others,
它的
sentient
要义，
beings,
能
and
够实
lifespan,
践在你
if you
自己
can
的身上，
grasp the real meaning of it and then realize it, apply it yourself, then you are a Buddha.
这是最高的。
That would be the highest.
其实无我相、无人相、无众生相、无寿者相，就是开。
Actually, the non-phenomena of self, others, sentient beings, and lifespan is enlightenment.
你就是佛了。
And then, if you put it into practice, if you apply it, then you're Buddha. Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is Buddha nature.
老子讲的，
Spoke as Lao Tzu said.
老子讲什么？
What did he say?
他讲，
He said,
我把它讲成白话啊，
I'll put it in
什
simple
么都没
words.
有，
Nothing exists.
其实什么都没有。
Actually, nothing exists. But amidst it, there
仿
is
佛其中有物。老
enlightenment.
子是这样子讲，什么都没有，就是恍惚、恍惚，
There is nothing
其中有物，其中有东西。我现在是讲什么都没有。
in a trace. There is something, and this is what I say, that there is nothing except
佛性
Buddha
就是佛
nature,
啊，
and Buddha nature is a
不逆
Buddha.
这两个字最重，
not going against it. This is the key, that you don't go against the key meanings, all the key meanings of the Vajra Sutra. And if you can realize it, put it into practice, then you are a Tathagata.
那我们现在是什么？我们坐在这里。
How about what are we then? All of us here, the speaker of the Dharma, the listener of the Dharma, are actually non-existent. And there is also no such thing as Buddha Dharma. The listeners do not listen, and the speaker does not speak, and there is no such thing as the Dharma. But amidst all this, there is something. What is Tathagata? Seemingly coming. And what is Ruchi? We often say Tathagata, or in Chinese, Rulai, which is the Buddha, which is Buddha. Amitabha Tathagata, the same as Amitabha Buddha. Buddha is Tathagata. And what does Tathagata or Rulai mean? Seemingly coming. It seems to coming. And what is Ruchi? Seemingly going. And they are the same. Seemingly going is the same as seemingly coming. We all know about seemingly coming. Nobody knows about seemingly going. But actually they are the same. They seem to come and they seem to go. Today, Grandmaster Lu seems to be doing Homa at the Rimbo Villa and speaking on the Buddha Dharma. And we can only say seemingly coming. And when the time comes, the ceremony ends, and then everybody's gone, and we would say seemingly going. Seemingly coming and seemingly going. That's a Buddha. That's a Buddha. Rulai and Ruchi. If you understand this concept or notion, then you would know. All of us here are just seemingly. Like during the era of Sakyamuni Buddha, he seemingly gave Dharma teaching at the Gayagriya or Vulture Peak. And Grandmaster seemingly was listening to the Dharma at the Gayagriya. That's all I can say, because that was in the past. In the future, I will talk more about it. Sakyamuni Buddha said, actually, there is nothing, because the ceremonies at the Vulture Peak have all passed, and now Grandmaster is giving Dharma teaching at the Rainbow Villa. But the present will become the past. Last week I said that Master Lien Jia was seated here, and now she's gone. I'm not saying that she's left the world, but she went to the ancient civilization. Will it happen again? The same? No. It's already past. So she seemingly come, but she seemingly
所以现在也会变
go
成过去，因为
when.
明天就过去了。
So even the present will become the past because it will pass by tomorrow, right? It will not happen again.
过去的已经过去了，
The past
现在
has
也会变
passed.
成过去，
The present will become the
未来
past.
的还没有到。
And the future is not
这
here
当中有
yet.
什么？
So what is there left? Nothing.
这是《金刚经》的要义啊，在这里。过去的已经过去了，
That's the quintessence of the Vajrasutra. The past
现
has
在的也会
passed,
变成过去，
and the present will become the past.
未来的
The future
还没有到。
is not here yet.
这里面有什么？
So what is there? What is in here then? Nothing.
所以《心经》才会讲不可。
That's why the Heart Sutra said unattainable.
你知道中国以前最大的帝国是蒙古大帝国。
The greatest empire of China in the past was Mongolian Empire.
到欧洲
It's for the whole Asia up to Europe,
亚述
Eastern Europe.
大帝国，马其顿大帝国，
And
罗马
Yasu
大帝国。
Empire,
那时候你看多么辉煌，整个欧
Babylon
洲
Empire, the
一
Roman
直快要跨
Empire
到亚洲来。
was also
那个帝国
very
马其顿
flourished.
啊，亚述、罗马大帝都是很大的帝国。
And they all to the
是没有错，
to Asia even.
但是已经过去了，
So they seem to
已经
exist,
去。
but that's the past.
那么好，这个帝国也都不存在了。像蒙古大帝国那么大，
Like the Mongolian
也是
Empire.
没有。波斯以前也曾经啊，波斯大帝国也有一阵子。
And also
波斯大帝，
the
你看陈始皇、
Byzantine
汉武帝，就想
Empire,
当永远的皇帝，追求
Babylonian,
长生不老，还到海外去求
and
仙。
Qin Shi Huang
汉武帝也吃了不
beg
少
for
仙药，
immortality and seek
汉
for
武帝也教
immortal
人家炼
elixir
仙丹给他
everywhere,
吃
and the same for Han
结
Wuti,
果
who asked people
仙
to
仙不
concoct
仙的搞不清楚。
immortality elixir
汉武帝也没有了，
and ate it
陈始皇
to reach immortality. But Han Wuti
统
also
一六
gone,
国，
and Qin Shi Huang,
叫始皇帝，就是永远的皇
which
帝。
is the eternal
陈始皇
emperor,
他也是到海外去派媳妇啊，
he
去
also
海外去求仙。
sent envoys to look for the elixir everywhere
这个
abroad.
他3000童
And
男
Han
，3000
Wuti also ate quite a lot of immortality elixir.
叫媳妇开
So
船去海外
3,000 boys, 3,000 girls,
求
and
这
led
个
by
仙丹
Sifu to
一去不回。
sail off, and they never came back.
陈始皇也当不了始皇帝啊，永远的皇帝。
And Qin Shi Huang also did not become an eternal emperor. Han Wuti too.
仙丹啊，听说汉武帝还
And he wanted to become immortals, and he ate quite a lot of immortality elixir, but we heard that he died from it.
所以你看这个历史上这样子的一个朝代一个朝代下来，
So just
中国
look
5000
at
年
all these dynasties in history,
夏商周
5,000 years of history,
汉
Tang Yi
四
Ca
国
Shang Zhe Qing
魏
Han,
晋南北
all the
隋
dynasties of China.
唐宋元明清，到了现在，多少朝代啊？
How many dynasties were there? How many wars?
多少个争霸战啊？
How many
结
battles
果都是空。
or invasions? And they were all ended up empty.
什么
At the end, they're all gone.
如
Nothing. Nothing. So seemingly coming, seemingly going. So the pith or the quintessence, essential meaning, the quintessential meaning of the Vajra Sutra. That's why in Zen Buddhism they talk about the present moment. Even, let me tell you, even the present moment is useless. Just be happy for the moment. And then you just capture the happy moments of every day. That's your human life. Even when you suffer at the moment, that's also for the moment. Happiness in the human life are short and the sufferings are more. Of course, there's some happiness too, but there are more suffering. And if you gather all the happy moments, that's your human life. Or if you collect all your sufferings, that's also human life. So you connect them all every day. How come they all collected? Because you put them in your brain. But one day, when you lose your memory, one day if you have a memory loss and it's empty in your memory, and when Sumu comes and asks me, who am I? You're my daughter. You're my grandson. Or granddaughter. So the memory is gone, lost. It's been emptied. So do you still have human life then? None. Many daughters that went home to their moms. Do you remember who I am? And they ask back, who are you? Even after being together for so many years, when your memory is taken away, where is your human life? Where is your life? None, because you don't have any feelings, any sensations or about it. But now we have this sensation perception because of the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind. And because you have memory. But once your memory is lost, then your life is zero. Doesn't matter how rich you are, or you're the pioneer of of a heart doctor, cardiologist. It doesn't matter. If your memory is lost, your life is lost. That's the key meaning of the Vajra Sutra. The wife asked the husband, I am sick, I have to buy a bag. Why do you need to buy a bag when you're sick? And the wife said, have you never heard? This is play of words of Chinese. That the bag can cure all illnesses. And another play of word. So instead he took a brick. And it's not a play of word. That this is especially to cure all sorts of difficult diseases. Om Mani Padme Hum.